sent the initial like, hey, let's consider coming together, and I had like coming together in support of, we always been trying to do something.
There's a reason.
I wanted to kind of bring all of you here as sisters, as fellow singers.
Say it again one more time.
As sisters.
Woo! Yes.
To do something together as a team. So we are going to make over 20 women in Atlanta who have either drug addiction, domestic violence, low self-esteem, poverty. Get free. If you want to do some of your reggae stuff, you want to do some of your She Is Me, anything else you want to do, the stage is yours.
I feel this was kind of a manipulative move on Nicci's part, because it's hard to say no to someone when they say, I'm doing something for charity.
I think that this idea is amazing. I definitely would like to participate in sponsoring
A lady.
I definitely think that's awesome. But let me think about the singing thing.
Well, we wouldn't be the R&B divas if one of us didn't want to sing. So, but can I say this too? Can I say this as the person who is asking you to do it, Selena? For me, it's just, again, I want to do something for other people.
And I'm still doing something. I'm kind of concerned about the singing concept. It's very sneaky to throw a charity in to get us all to come sing in our show together and for free. Very sneaky, sister.
And it's also something that's very fraudulent. So for me, it's deeper than just singing. Anything Nicci has ever asked me to do, automatic. Not so much anymore.
I don't know why I keep fucking trying to do fundraisers when y'all be like, nope, no thanks. But she really needs the sisterhood. Like all of us do. I got $1 million in legal fees now.
I know, babe, and I've been watching, and I'm like, and that was another thing. Is like I don't care what what we went through in the fishbowl of recording, filming divas. Like I know your heart. I know who you are, right? I know who you are. I lost it a little bit inside of the fishbowl because I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand, and I'm just gonna start here. I didn't understand what was happening to my friend. Like it seemed like I got shut out in a sense. And when I say shut out, like just with the information of what was going on. I know that this is something that you never done before. This was something I never done before. This was your baby. Me, Selena, Angie, we were the three motherfuckers that were there.
Soul Kittens,
exactly. Knew this was your baby, have support, was always down for you, right? So, and you always called on me, right? Always like, yo, Mo, what's up? Da, da, da. I'm there, Nicci, whatever. Like, I got you. And opportunity to work, stay in my craft, you know what I'm saying? And so when we got this opportunity, when I feel it started when we did Kelly's thing in LA, we all had things that we experiences to share and of value, right? And so when we do it, we excited for me, and this is for me. Yeah. Because I want to keep it transparent, keep it on us. And what started to happen, I was like, what's going on? Okay, I started to feel left out, and I'm like, this is looking weird. What's going on? And then the thing with you and Selena that I did not understand and didn't know, and you weren't talking to me. Like, we talked about these things that like I was still getting to know her more. She was getting on my nerves in the beginning. Like, there was things that she did that, I was just like, and I thought I understood, I did. And then it just felt like you didn't want to fix it.
Right.
Because I remember us being the ones on the phone.
All the time.
Like, I'm like, what happened? And y'all was, and I wasn't even around, and you included me, and then we would be on the phone talking. I'm like, what happened? And then you shut me down. You called me Baby Ayanna on camera. I was like, yo, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? You and Faith was never around. I was like, what are they trying to do? And then the production.
Faith was never around, just separate.
No,
like
period.
That was
I know.
Faith was over it quick.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know at the time, so it felt like it was some weird. I'm like, what the okay. That's where the foundation. That's where it started getting shaky. I was like, where's my Nicci? Where's my friend? You were also in the fishbowl. This is like hindsight. We were all in the same fishbowl with different weights on us. You had the weight of this being your baby, and I didn't know what, and I'm not gonna talk about nothing else because I'm talking about what I talked about with my Libra at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, did like, what is it still hers? What's going on? Why is she so uptight? Like, what is happening? And never got, you kind of shut down on me. That's what it felt like. It felt like a shutdown.
Right.
And then I felt like I was in defense mode and trying to not to be like an asshole and trying to keep, the baby Anyala took me, I said, so she just wants it to be like this. And so I was like, what else can I do? And so I just like, all right, well, whatever. And then I'm just like reading and trying to still, hey, I'm still showing up. I'm here. I don't know what it looked like for you. What did you get? Like, what was this for you? How did the breakdown start for you?
Okay, so the baby Ayanla comment, which so funny because I forgot about that.
That shit was hilarious.
But I understand. Like, and I did feel like I intentionally started to isolate because there was so much going on behind the scenes that I believe some of which y'all knew about, and I know a lot of it you didn't know about. So number one, like you said, this was new for all of us. I was new as a creator of a series and as an executive producer, and I didn't know that from the behind the scenes perspective, right? Like, it's a fine line between speaking your truth and risking litigation because you're, rehashing something. We did talk all the time. I was closer to you than anybody in the whole crew. From Soul Kittens, you were one of the first people, just overall, with Soul Kittens, with R&B Divas, it just made sense, right? And I felt like, I think the Iyanla comment to me was basically me not knowing how to articulate. I felt like he was riding the fence. I felt like he wanted there to be like all this peace and love and joy without really understanding like the hard shit that was happening behind the scenes. When we all started this thing, we made a promise to each other that we would not allow this to break our friendships.
Yep.
We made a promise to each other that the minute it started getting crazy, we were gonna stick together. We even in the beginning started calling each other after tapings like, okay, bitch, look, that they trying to, and you know what they trying to, but let's, you know what I mean? I did feel like that stopped, and I don't feel like you and I really had issues in season one. We did not have any issues in season one. I think where things started with me and you personally, right? Because we could say a lot of things about everybody else,
because
these people aren't here
entities
to
and
defend
energy,
themselves.
right.
It is what it is,
but
right?
there was other
but
energies.
You knew the Selena thing was, and I learned, just truth, to be completely transparent with you, I learned that they didn't want me and Selena to be friends in this show because I got an email that I was not supposed to get from production by accident. Iyanla's team reached out and was like, hey, like after season one, one of the PR people from the network, and be clear, it was never the network it wasn't the network.
I know, it wasn't the network.
It was the producer partners, right?
I'm very clear.
The network was like, oh, this could be great in the off season.
Right.
After season one, let's have a conversation about how we can fix and get back on track. And the email's paraphrasing was basically, we don't want Nicci and Selena to fix their relationship right now, basically. So this should be a hard pass. So I knew at the end of season one, and did not share this, that they didn't want us to be friends. And then there was an article that came out. R&B Divas looking to replace Nicci Gilbert. They say she's a terror to work with. She's they're gonna replace her with Kelly Brown. So I'm getting like all of this like foul press when I am trying to make sure that there's not too much liquor on set, because someone came to me, which I'm not gonna throw under the bus, but this is someone we still super cool with, in tears, a behind the scenes production person.
Wow.
Came to me in tears and said, I just want you to know that I'm very uncomfortable with some of the things I'm being asked to do. They're saying that certain people aren't even interesting unless they're drunk or high. So I'm dealing with the reality that we all promised each other. I promised y'all, because I asked y'all to do this, that I'm not gonna let it go sideways.
So ladies, we wanted to ask you how you got to this process. Did any of you have any reservations about doing a reality show?
I definitely had reservations about doing a reality show. I had been working on a few different ideas and pilots and stuff, and I kind of prayed that, if it's not the right thing, then God, please don't let it happen. So the ones that didn't come through, didn't come through for that reason, because God said it wasn't time. But when this project came along, my friend Nicci had an idea to do an ensemble show with female R&B singers. I just thought it was a great vehicle to be a part of.
So what eventually convinced any of you to do the reality show?
I would have to say that I did a lot of begging. No, I was just like, no, actually it was real organic. It was very like pick up the phone. It wasn't go through managers and agents and all of that stuff. It was very like pick up the phone. Hey girl, you see what's out there. We're not trying to necessarily do that, but we definitely want to showcase women who are building their brands, who have incredible gifts and talents, who are wives, who are mothers, who are positive role models.
So I'm fighting with them.
Right.
They in turn realize I'm trying to be the leader of the pack or whatever the hell, which I'm just trying to be a friend to my sisters. So then they start manipulating my image and my narrative by saying I'm this horrible, terrible person. TV One, thank God, issued a statement saying they have a great working relationship with me, but we had to like legally, like I was going through all of this
I had no idea, Nick.
crazy shit behind the scenes.
I had no idea.